Hello, everybody. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate it. We probably
Hello.
have a real long live tonight. You all know Mr. 10 Man Magnet Fishing Willie,
You do.
aka Cornholio, Risha said. Risha
Cornhole.
won't make it up tonight because she's busy.
Mm.
Been busy all for a week, and she's got about another week worth of stuff she's got to get gone through. So we'll go through and say hello to everybody. Hello, buddy, and Flying Arrow. How are you doing, brother? Robert, Melissa. We're hoping next year, Robert, Melissa, to make it up your direction and get to see you guys. Hello, Pops. Hello, Mary. Mary sent me a picture of a cheesecake today. I told her I would have to try it, but she said she wouldn't do it. Hello, Joe. It is a pickle cheesecake with pretzel crust, and it's got pickles on the top. She said
That
I
sounds.
couldn't do it. I said I'd have to try that.
Yeah, I'm a pickle fan. That sounds good.
It is
Hey, Buddy
cheesecake, so
Biggs.
I'd have to give it a whirl and see what we could come up with. I'd let you know if it was good or not.
Wonder if you could make it out of okra.
I don't know. Hello, Gregory. Try
Bad
to make
idea,
sure
lab. Hello.
I don't miss anybody. So I'm working on a short, so I can tell a little bit of the story, but I can't tell the whole story till I get the short out. But
Hey, Trey Valley.
hi, T, Ken and T.
Pickles on pizza. I've had that before. That's actually pretty good.
Hello, Colt. I like fried pickles. Those are good.
Yeah, fried pickles and fried okra. Clark's
That's
Cove.
awesome, Joe.
Hello. Covers for life.
Yeah, Joe said Holly and him had fun watching fireworks last night. That's awesome. Hello, Bad Influencer.
Bad influencer.
Burkle Saracote. Brad, what's up?
The Burkles.
Hello, Josh, 508.
Still having fun with the rusty magnets.
I don't know. Hello, Brian, Tri Valley. We're going to go to an event in November, Tri Valley's putting on, and they're going to have another one, if I remember right, by seeing his post next year. And there's going to be some incredible prizes at this event.
Oh,
It's all filled up this year, but keep an eye out for next year. If you're interested in something like that, that'd be good for Robert and Melissa to come down this direction. Then they'd be by us.
yeah, it would.
Hello, Peg Legan. Good to see you in here again, buddy. It's been a while.
Oh, cool. Someone got a pair of magnets today. Helios and a Titan.
Hello, Ken. Raymond, how are you doing, my friend?
Hi, Ray.
Oh, Risha's all smiles now, Ray, as soon as I said your name. She said that you're her UK husband. You're going to have to start paying part of the bills, Ray.
Oh,
Joker, how you doing, buddy?
Joker.
I think I finally made it to the bottom. So my dad is always telling me back then people did not have money. People didn't have money to lose, but people's finding old coins all the time. And I try to tell him that.
Right.
I realized there wasn't as much money and people around back then, but people still lost money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one area we've been detecting. We haven't been there in a while. Hey, Mike, 907. Hello, backbreaking.
907.
We haven't been there in a while. We kind of let it rest a little bit. So he went the other day and he called me. He said, I've got something to show you, and I'm going to do a video short on this.
Mm-hmm. Hey, T.
But he can no longer say people don't lose things. And he went back today and found something else I'm going to have to do another short on because it's, yeah, well, both of his finds that he found are
Awesome.
Yeah.
Are they really old?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're old and One of them, I've never seen anything like it,
Huh.
but I'll have to do a short on those and get those out so people can see them. But we didn't go to the area he was at. We did go out yesterday. It was over 90 degrees to an
Oh.
area we've been to before with our other detectors. And Punk and Risha's like, there's just nothing left here, I don't think. And we were finding coins
That we missed.
that we missed. That we had been over that same area 3 or 4 times as other detectors,
Class.
all clad. But we were digging up stuff 4, 5, 6 inches deep. And I went over this one area. Hi, Sherry Lynn.
Hi, Sherry.
I dug
Hey,
the
man.
plug, and luckily, I told her, she said, you want me to film it? I said, yeah. So she had the camera while I'm going through this plug for what I found.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she's called me a punk. I'll have that video out before too long, but yeah, for me, it was a pretty cool find.
Do you think that you were finding more stuff back at home than you did at the event in Beloit, around Wisconsin?
Detecting?
Yeah. Or about the same?
We didn't find any.
We didn't find no silver
Yeah.
in
I remember.
Fond du Lac, but we didn't get a detect that much. So I would say we didn't find as many coins in Wisconsin,
Mm-hmm.
but out of the coins we found, we did find 5 Wheaties.
5 Wheaties.
So for what little we got to hunt, that's a pretty good sign that there's some silver in that area, some older stuff in that area.
Especially with the traffic involved.
And I know there's a lot more stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
So next time we go back, we're going to spend some more time detecting that area out.
There's still plenty of it in the water, I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, BJ. I'm trying to get back on my
But yeah, it would be
phone.
good to see the Clarks at Tri-Valley's hunt. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I just want to hang out with Robert and Melissa.
Yeah.
Hello, Shannon.
Yeah. It'd be fun to see him again. The last time I saw him was at Flash Bash. So
I haven't got to meet him yet, Risha and I, but I know at some point we will.
as long as the Joe Bob rake doesn't show up.
Yeah, Joe Bobby.
Yeah.
He's a horse of a different color. Next year, it's going to
Yeah.
be in Fredonia, Kansas.
Oh, he's doing it home.
I believe next year will be in Fredonia. This year's in Fredonia, so I'm assuming
Mhm.
it'll be in Fredonia.
Ain't too far away from me. So
No, it's a little over 2 hours for us, I think, close to 3.
hour and 30 minutes for just getting from where I live to Fall River. And that Fall River's not too far away from Sedona.
It's good to see you too, buddy. But I'm sure if we go visit Robert and Melissa, Risha will have them in her luggage, bringing them back home with us.
It'd be nice to meet a lot of the other individuals that hang around each other, especially
Yeah, we're hoping.
Mary. Tri-Valley doesn't live too far away from where I live, give or take 100 miles. But yeah,
One of these days,
Yeah,
I got to meet up with Shannon Dalton because he's not that far away from me. But we're hoping next year at some point we can make a big loop and go up and see Shane. And we want to go by and see Robert and Melissa, and we want to see Wicked Digger and Brockton and Josh and Buddy and who else?
Oh, that's where it was. Well, Pizza Hut did start in the state, so
Yeah, Iffy Signals. and Iffy. We want to go make a big circle and see all them. And if we got time and got the energy, we might go by and see Johnny and Maddie and go back through and maybe see Swampy and
Yeah.
Squatch and off down that direction if possible.
Is Brad up
You
that way?
can you can put
Is Brad up that way?
oh yeah, we want to go by and see Brad in
BCA.
summer too.
Yeah, but I meant that magnet guy. Is he around?
Oh yeah, Brad I think's in Georgia.
Okay.
Georgia.
Oh, Grapevines. Hello, BC. Yeah, Swampy. We're hoping next year we can take 2 or 3 weeks and just make a big circle and get to see all kinds of visit with people. I know we've seen you before, but
We didn't get this.
we didn't get to actually spend time with you and visit and just enjoy each other's company.
Give me a moment. I think I twisted this camera. Nope, guess not. Just acting a little strange. Yeah, it would be an interesting thing to have everyone come to the middle of nowhere.
Raymond, no. Brad. Brad was. Hi, Joe. Brad was going to supposedly scout a spot this last weekend, but I haven't heard back from him to see if it's going to work out or not. I know we need to try to get it figured out as soon as possible so people can make plans.
Though I do know probably an interesting spot to go hit up with the magnets. That'd be Oxford. There's a pretty good sized river just right out in the middle of town. Though, if could get permission, there is an old mill out there, out near the tree row by the river. There might be something good out there in the dirt, if you can get the permission. I'm not too sure how that works.
I knew Teasy. Well, we did go detecting for a while yesterday. When was it? Saturday or Sunday? I spent all day cooking. I spent 10 hours smoking a big old giant turkey, and I grilled some burgers and some wild turkey and just spent a lot of time cooking.
Yeah, what a coincidence. My dad helped with a friend of his for 13 hours smoking a brisket on low heat.
I've never done a brisket. I've got to try that, but
it's a long process and it's low temperature and it's best on the Traeger you got, the pellet grill. Coming out real good, but what came out better was yesterday's steaks. Sauteed a few steaks. Oh, those were good. Real good. Then we figured out that slow smoking a jalapeno popper on low heat works way better than high heat.
I don't even think I can pronounce that, Joe. Bruschetta?
Bruschetta. Never heard of it.
I cooked a lot, buddy. We ate on it for like 3 days.
Didn't get the invite.
Sorry, Ray. But Monday, New Teasy brought the grandkids over. We went to the creek and caught a bunch of crawdads, and I
use them as fish bait.
No, they ate them.
Ah,
that's good eating.
You have to steam those, don't you?
Boil them.
Boil them.
Yeah.
Never had them myself, but I've used to be able to catch crawdads like whodunit in the local park's pond. Oh man, there was one year I was helping get some guy a whole bunch of fish bait like 15 years ago. somewhere around there, 15, and it, big old crawdads, like big, big, big. They would have been good for eating.
Thank you, T. I didn't know if I'd say it right or not.
Cheesecake. Everyone is on the cheesecake.
I love cheesecake. Brad still owes me, I think, 14 cheesecakes.
By the end of the year, it'll probably be close to 60.
Yeah. I think it ought to be a cheesecake for every day that he misses.
I thought it was a week, wasn't it? One per week. The interest. I don't
Yeah,
really
man,
remember
it's
what you
my
said.
bank, Willie. I got to change the rules.
True.
Yeah, Peg Leggin said you gotta love some good old mud bugs. And it depends on where you get them at. You got to watch. Like if you get them out of real muddy, dirty water, then you want to put them in clean water and
So
put some salt in there, and that will clean their system out. Yeah, I love cheesecake too, Joe. Sherilyn says no mud bugs for me. Reese and I were down in Louisiana a few years ago and went in this restaurant and they had them, and I think I ordered like 5 or 6 pounds of them, and those Cajuns were looking at me like I was crazy, but those things are good.
that's true. None beats good freshwater.
I don't think that's a fair trade, buddy. If you
Homemade.
send me a homemade blueberry cheesecake, I'll send you a sticker.
It better be a box of stickers.
Yeah, Barry sent me that picture of that
Dill pickle.
little.
That sounds really good.
She
Fried.
had dang it, I can't even think now.
Cornflake tart.
Pretzel crust.
How do we always get on the subject of food?
I don't know. Here's a picture of it.
Oh, that looks good.
I would have to try that.
Yeah, it does. I wonder if you could deep fry 'em, the pickles, that is. If it would be a little bit better. But
I guess if you're making the cheesecake, you make it however you want to.
true. Cheesecake. Cheesy cake.
Oh, Jody Mosby's always tagging you in cheesecake. Hi, Lisa.
So, any fire started in your state because of fireworks?
Not that I know of. Of course, we didn't shoot any fireworks off here, so.
The local fireworks display from the professionals apparently kind of crapped out 20 minutes in because of I guess it was malfunction, something about a fire, but it wasn't very big. But then the rains showed up and it's like, oh, looks like it's done. So it was like pretty pathetic on both sides of the town, both on
I used
South
to
Hutchin.
go to Truman Dam
Mhm.
up in Warsaw, Missouri for the 4th of July. I'd go up there fishing and stay for the fireworks, and they'd close the dam down and shoot them off of the dam. And
Cool.
that was pretty cool because you would be looking up into the sky and you'd see the firework go off, and then you just see it across the water. I mean, it was pretty cool. I haven't done that in years, though.
My boss was saying in the last couple of years, the people were getting kind of annoyed when it comes to the fireworks. They didn't know where to put it on for Table Rock. It was one year it was on a barge. People didn't like that, so they moved it up clear down to the east side. They didn't like that, and then they started 2 years before that. They shot them from the bank, and everyone got all angry about that. So it's like, who knows? 2 choices of food.
She said 2 choices. We go with food or way out in left field.
That's true.
Usually, if I watch fireworks, Joe, it's off the front porch. In fact, we can go to the south side of our house or the southwest corner, and the 3 towns around us, one's 5 miles and the other 2 are like 10 miles away, and we can see fireworks from all 3 towns.
I got you beat. All I got to do is look across the street, and the police chief actually puts on a major fireworks display. Didn't do it like last year because they actually volunteered to do it at the park Saturday, and then they came back and did that on Tuesday for the old folks across the street. Last night wasn't exactly real good because of the wind, but Tuesday was quite the show they performed. It's like those people over there, and then there's like 3 blocks south of us that put on a pretty big display. They were lighting them like crazy last night, even with the wind. But anyways,
I know there's a lot of the bigger towns that don't allow fireworks anymore.
True. Hutch used to be like that, but the ordinance, they changed it. It sounded like a war zone over on the other side of the river, that's for sure. And it hasn't been like that for 10 years maybe. It was pretty loud. And then over here on my side of town, there wasn't but 2 people lighting them, and I was one of them.
Yeah, they get expensive. I haven't bought fireworks in years.
Yeah.
I used to buy them, then I thought, you know what? It's cheaper to just sit at home and watch other people's money go up in the air.
It is.
I enjoy watching them, but
We did get some for food.
so hopefully here in the next couple of weeks we'll be doing a giveaway.
Brian, that's hilarious. 2 tweakers running naked down the street. I was telling the coworker the day before on the 3rd, I was thinking, hey, you know what'd be weird? And he asked me what, and I said, a group of people tweaking on acid, running down the street watching the fireworks, and they're getting freaked out. LSD running down. Oh no! And what do you know? Someone's saying that did happen. After the show, tweakers. Yeah, those people. Yeah, I heard something real strange happened the other night too. Local businessman had something happen in the front of his shop, and the police were like, "Yeah, that person does some weird stuff." Not gonna repeat it, but it was kind of bad.
Are you donating that, buddy, for the giveaway?
Military hovercraft.
Yeah.
Where did someone get their hands on a military hovercraft? Because the only military hovercraft I know of is the what is it called? The the large one that requires like several thousand gallons of fuel.
Oh.
And it's a transport. LCAC, that's what it's called.
Yeah, there's some really cool fireworks out there. And then, oddly enough, my favorite one is the one that goes up and don't even have any sparkle, just that loud boom. I don't know why I like that, but that's my favorite.
They were launching some real bright strobe style mortars at the park Saturday. I mean, you talk about lightning flash type of brightness. Leave you blind if you look at it too long.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But I do feel for the animals, you know, the tame and wild ones, because you know it drives them crazy. I don't remember posting that, buddy.
Or the tornado sirens. I recognized how many animals would go nuts in town when the tornado sirens go off.
Yeah.
We got a new neighbor that lives across on the other hill, which he's over there probably a mile as the crow flies, but he calls his cattle with a police siren.
How funny.
So when you hear it, you don't know if there's actually something going on or if he's calling his cows.
That's funny.
The ones with no boom are mine, LOL. Yeah, I don't know why that's always been my favorite one, but if it goes up and then you just hear this loud boom, that's always been my favorite for some reason. I mean, I like watching the sparklies, but I am crazy. I married you.
You'd have to be.
But we are hoping to do a giveaway in the next week or two. I
Cool.
will let people know when it's happening. I'm working on a personal goal and I'm getting really close.
The propane crow cannon. Those make one heck of a boom, though they're not always effective.
Yeah.
Those bird guns are nuts. The ones that scare birds out of your trees and whatnot. Those were real loud.
Yeah, some towns have those and they leave them in people's houses when they get all those birds gathering around.
Hmm. I remember a story from what my grandfathers told me back in the day when the cities tried to get rid, or the state tried to get rid of all the crows.
Oh.
They'd take dynamite out there and try and detonate it and
Oh my
blow the birds up. But what they'd do is take a slingshot, put an M80 in it, light it, and go boom.
Oh.
Go away, crow.
I updated both of ours, Brian, with the new
Manticore
update for the Manticore.
Hmm.
The red letters or numbers are pretty cool when you're going across stuff. When you got the all metal mode, it does kind of help you.
How many programs can you download for such a device? Is there like dozens?
Well, this was just one update, and one of the updates was your numbers. If you go in all metal mode,
Mm-hmm.
the number will be black, but if it turns red, the machine is telling you it feels that that's a piece of junk, basically a nail or a piece of iron that you don't want to dig unless you're digging relics. But
So color coordination, discrimination, pretty much.
yeah, and then it's got another one, sensitivity, I believe is what it's called.
Hmm.
And you can turn that up to 8 or 12. I don't remember now. They recommend running around 4. Stabilizer.
Stabilized.
I watched, was it Iffy?
I think so.
I think it was
JP,
Iffy. Hey, JP. I think it was Iffy that was doing a thing, and he had some nails with a raised coin using the stabilizer, and it seemed to help. In fact, I had it on yesterday when I found my lucky find, my goodie find, my punk find, because I'm a punk.
Yeah, you are.
Punk find.
I haven't really noticed any difference in the separation. Risha thought it.
Your sister.
I know you're not my sister. I got a sister named Retha, so Retha and Risha, when they're together, you get tongue-tied sometimes. Risha thought it changed the tone of her detector, but I didn't notice any difference in mine, but she's using different tones than I'm using. Thank you, Joe.
Cars drive around with a base load. That sounds like that kind of thing's everywhere, Mary. Especially when you get
it. Oh, sorry, Willie, go ahead.
Especially when you get a jacked up F-250 truck with a lot of music playing. Kind kind of
Yeah, I
funny.
saw that, Raymond. That was a cool find. He found an old sewing machine
Oh wow,
made in 1871.
singer.
I don't know what brand it was. I think that was really cool, Ray, but
Oh,
I think my favorite find was that little piece you found with the two guys standing at the forge. I love that little piece. I don't know what it is, but he found a little piece,
hmm
and on both sides there's like two guys standing at a forge. And then it had another
that
little
is
metal
interesting.
that come down, but I don't know what that thing was, but I really liked it.
Maybe a decorative piece to a cuckoo clock.
I don't know.
Hmm.
But to answer Brian's question, I downloaded that 2 weeks ago, something like that, or updated the Manticores, and I really never even used that separation until yesterday. And in fact, I detected for quite a while before I even turned it on. I told her, I said, I'm going to try it, and I run it for a little while, and
Jiggle off our bed. Yeah, that means they've got some powerful subs. I know
see you later,
someone.
Joe. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
I know someone who put 15, 15, no, 18-inch subs in a Chevy Captiva. When it rattled, it would rattle the whole back end and make the license plate rattle so much it wore the paint off the hood or the tailgate.
Yeah, from what I've watched and understood,
Hmm.
oh, I didn't smurf, Ray. Oh, sorry, Ray. You're smurf now. Uh, they don't even want you using that stabilizer unless you're in a high.
RPK.
Hey, Jody, traffic area with like nails and stuff. So I really haven't run it, and they're like, "Well, I wouldn't really use it in parks." Well, I don't know about you guys as parks, but I would say the majority of parks that we have around here at one time were old dump sites.
That's true.
And they
Dump
cleaned them
sites.
up and put parks there. So there's all kinds of trash in these parks. Some of them, one of them we dig where there's a tot lot, and
Hmm.
we quit detecting like half of it because you can dig down 2 feet and you're finding old pieces of pipe, and uh, you can
Oh,
tell where they
nice.
had fires and burnt stuff years
Hmm.
ago.
And the ground is probably leached with chemicals as well. I
Yeah.
know that when they were adding on to the just about 4 blocks away from where I live, there's a paper mill. And when they were adding on to the paper mill, they were digging around in the dirt, and all that ground around here is all contaminated, and a lot of it's from old dump sites. Uh, no one really knows where all the dump sites are. My dad was telling me that there's a lot of old ones that were just bulldozed over and they turned it into farmland, and it's like, oh, so you don't know if there's any contamination around here. But yeah, they were digging around, and then the EPA came in and it's like, oh no, not good.
Hello, Squirrel. How you doing, John?
And that's probably been
Won Holly her first silver round just a bit ago.
Cool.
Pegasus. That's awesome, Joe.
Pegasus. Wow.
Hi, Christy. Had to make sure she was
Hey,
blue.
Christy.
How you been? It's good to see you. I think Joe was spoiling that girl a little bit. I don't blame him though. But I did over the time off. I did get to see two granddaughters and two grandsons. So I got
Hey,
to have a
squirrel.
pretty good time.
Jeweler's Anvil. Wow. Too much to package. That's wild. A jeweler's anvil.
I would say it would be a little bit of postage rate to ship that over here. You can just put it in your suitcase next time you come.
Then the TSA are like, "What's this?" I'm like, anvil."
Most people anymore probably don't even know what an anvil is.
Mm-mm. It'd be nice to find one out of the river, that's for sure.
Yeah, I keep thinking someday I might find one, but if you got a 80-pound anvil down the water with all that slime and stuff on it, it'd be kind of hard to pull it up out of the water.
The Titan could handle it,
All right,
but
Joe or Shannon, thanks.
getting it out of the water is a whole nother idea.
Of course, we've pulled some pretty heavy stuff up. She found that one safe that probably weighed 100 pounds. That was a fun trip for me getting that thing out of there. Things like that, she hooks them. She said, "Okay, now you can get it out." I found it.
Pest find better come along.
Yeah. But here lately, it seems like I'm the one that finds the heavy stuff.
Yeah, I haven't been out in a while. I'm surprised that last video I did, there wasn't that much, but that pond is pretty small. But if I could gain access to the other one that's actually privately owned, barely a block away from it, I could probably find a lot more stuff, car parts and whatnot.
Yeah. I'd still like to. Now, there goes my old timers again. New Orleans, I think that's Lake Pontchartrain. I'd still love to magnet fish that, but that's a dangerous place to be.
Yeah, I bet so. Running out of water. Central Arizona. Wow.
We got a little shower the other day that was just enough to make it even hotter.
Mm.
This spring we had a lot of rain and then it's just quit. But according to the forecast, the next 3 or 4 days we got a chance of rain. So we
It
need
rained.
a bag bad. I dug that plug yesterday, probably 7 inch deep, and it's just dry as a bone all the way down.
Yeah, it rained earlier this morning, but not much rain. It's probably barely a quarter of an inch. So, yeah, there's a lot of the states that need to have water, especially mine. Every time I see the drought index on the national weather, it still says that my state is in the red. Like, oh, well, no wonder it's so bad around here. 25.
Also, I'll mention it real quick. Next year, I don't know if Robert and Melissa's still in there, but they're having a Show Me Pro-Am treasure hunt. That'll be in towards the Boot Hill of Missouri, and they're going to have lots and lots of stuff. There's supposedly 1,200 acres of land that hasn't been detected, and there's
That's
part
a
of the
lot of.
road of the Trail of Tears went through there. Some Civil War areas. So that should be a really good hunt too. We're going to try to go to that. Is
25
Pops in
foot.
here? Did I miss Pops? Pull up a 25 foot bolt when I was out Sunday.
Wow.
It was solid and weighed about 50 pounds or more. Wow, that's crazy, Jody. Or Pops. I don't know why I said Jody.
It's a
I think
large
I looked
bolt.
at his comment before that.
Hung a 36 by 36 roof. Huh. Yeah, I bet it was hot. I mean, it was almost 100 degrees yesterday with a 15-mile-an-hour wind, and it just felt like you were walking into an oven. Like, nope, not today.
Yeah, it was pretty stinking hot out there detecting.
Hmm.
You know, of the mornings, one of us can get up and be ready pretty early, and the other one can get up and
Hey, vehicle.
hey, Brian.
Mow some grass.
Yeah, I need to mow my yard too.
Figured he'd be digging up his yard.
Risha said she has to have coffee to be alive.
Wake up.
Now, if it's a yard sale, Willie, she can get up faster than me.
I bet so.
Anything else, no.
Yard sales are good.
Yes.
They can be expensive.
Oh, yeah. You have to know the art of bartering.
She's pretty good at it. Can I
Well,
have a pot of tea, please?
I suppose.
Wicked Digger, hello. Or as Brockton would say, Wicked Digger.
Wicked dig.
Good seeing you, Brian. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, we need rain bad. Wicked Digger, my brother Chris, how are you doing?
I think the whole Midwest needs a lot of rain.
I was talking about you earlier, Chris, saying we're hoping next year we can get up by there and see you. Maybe go out and dig or just hang out and listen to you play music.
Yeah.
Ed had a good live stream last night. Only about an hour, but whatever works for you.
I jumped on Hot Messes Live for maybe 5 minutes. I just didn't have time.
I said hi, I believe. Yeah.
I told Chris one of these days I'll have to have his expertise, but I'll have him come up with like the opening music for my videos.
Mm-hmm.
Be an original Wicked Digger.
That'd be awesome.
But he finds some really cool stuff. I would like to have $1 for every button he's found.
Oh man.
I'd
I bet
retire
so.
today, I think.
I'd like to have the button.
Yeah, Risha said she'd like to have the buttons. He finds some really cool buttons, though.
He does.
Jared said he was wanting to go magnet fishing today after class, but it was raining, and Mary said that's the best time to go.
Yeah, that's when you find all the good stuff. I wish I could have gone today. Would have been nice. But head work.
Hey, Enforcer. Ray, I'm going to have to keep you two apart.
What?
I've got my garage sale sign from U.S. I'm looking for Beauty to pop in. First, you try to steal her in my truck, and now you're trying to entice her with yard sales.
I bet there are a lot of good historic pieces in yard sales over in the UK.
Yes. How fun would that be?
But the problem being is shipping it home.
Yes.
If it's a large object, it's like, oh no, the postage for international.
Chris, I'll ask you because you've detected a lot longer than we have. Do you notice when the ground gets drier, you still get the signal, but the VDI is completely different to what you expect to find?
Hmm.
I was digging what was it, 50, can't remember if it was a 51 or a 59. I thought, well, I'm going to dig it because you never know. And it was a penny. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, bad company.
Bad
Normally
company.
they ring up in the 60s and
That's strange.
lower 70s. It's really dry here.
Still feels like concrete.
Yeah, where we were at yesterday, hey,
Mhm.
Zaxon, where we were at yesterday, we were still able to dig okay because the ground isn't that tight, but it's just dry as a bone.
Yeah, compacted. Probably harder to dig through clayish material than it is sand.
Chris says, yes, definitely when it's dry, good signals don't sound so good. VDI is usually very off. And that seemed to be what I was noticing, but I thought maybe it was just me.
Is that something to do with how after a rainstorm the ground's charged? And then if you're digging through dirt like compacted dry, it messes with the electromagnetic field.
I think so.
Hmm.
Ray, he said she will come with 2 empty suitcases and take the goodies home.
Clay and Jen, hello, the rusty magnets.
Hey, Clay and Jen,
Hey guys.
just got back to Wisconsin.
Oh,
Ah,
They had a
Bet
lot
it
of
was
fun.
fun.
That's good. Hey, Bob.
yeah.
that last one they were at, that was pretty nuts. Landed on large, heavy objects.
Hmm.
Hello, 717. Trying to keep up with the chat here.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
I lose my spot and then I'm behind.
That's what punks do.
Why do you
717
keep calling me a punk?
was in Tri Valleys earlier.
Chris, I found something yesterday detecting, and now I'm a punk.
Well, when you say punk, that only brings one thing to mind, something with rock. Or if you're thinking of the punk movement from the greaser era of time.
Hello, Wendy. Hello, Shane. Shane, I might send you a picture after a while. It's something that Pop found. And it was pretty cool. I'm going to do a short on it. I did one, but there's a glare on the video, so I'm going to redo the video. Because he called me and he wanted to know if I was home. I said, yeah. And he said, I got something to show you. And he come over. He was even shaking a little bit when he showed it to me. I'm
Must have
happy
been
for him.
real crazy then.
I think it is. And I think what he found today is,
I wish we would have been there to film it.
yeah, I do. I wish we'd have been there to film it, but
Cool to see him find that.
he used to go with us.
Mhm.
And he has a friend now, so his friend don't like sitting around, so they go do stuff or that, or he goes early in the morning when it's cool while I'm at work. Yeah, it is, Shane. It's real hard filming him.
It's all over the place. You know, go to one hole from the next.
Oh yeah, he'll be right here, and I'll be filming, and I'll get a signal and dig it. Next thing I know, he's like 300 yards away.
Wow.
Beard, if you're a punk, I'll have to have a new hairdo. She just, yeah, that's true, Shane. This one here, I will send you a picture, but he
Unusual
didn't know
lightning.
what he found. And
Interesting.
he was going to bring it over to me and see if I could figure out what it was. And then he did finally figure out what it was before he come over. And I'll show you the picture. The picture will kind of be self-explanatory when I send it to you.
How old of an object are we talking about? 150, 200 years old?
No, it's not that old.
Oh,
One of them might be. I don't know how old that other one is.
Well, yeah, the one he found today, I have no idea how old it is, Willie.
It's amazing what comes out of the ground anymore.
Yeah.
It's Chris said something about the roads were flooded in minutes.
Wow.
Lightning, thunder, and winds. Sorry, my
Dang.
son popped in for a second. Yeah, it's I'm happy for him.
Yep.
A little bit jealous, just to be honest about it.
Yep.
There'll always be that next bucket lister
Yeah,
or something you don't even know what is, and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, that's bizarre. Kind of like when I go out magnet fishing, I had no idea what I'm going to be finding.
Nope.
And that last time out at the lake with Dennis, and it's like, oh, I guess I find all the good stuff today. He didn't find anything.
well,
That-
actually, Willie, he found more than one bucket lister at
Yeah.
one time.
Oh, wow.
For some people, and
Yep.
most definitely one of them is a bucket lister for me,
Yeah.
Mm.
and two of them are bucket listers for Risha.
Yes.
Bob, she really hasn't. I mean, she still got her skeletons on her Jeep.
Oh yeah. They stay on all year.
They're year round, and she's got a Kratos shirt on a skeleton over there.
Ha.
And she come up with a pumpkin
That's
Headed.
right.
skeleton or the little grandson, and it's hanging over there on the antler tree.
I begged him to let me hang it on the tree. He was going to take it home, and I was like, "Oh, I've never seen another one, Bobby." So he let me keep it on.
So she got it for little man, and he was going to take it home, and she cried long enough. He told her that she could put it on the tree over there.
Oh,
Store, so we're
good question on that.
fine.
Are you talking about a trailer let you pull behind on your vehicle, or a trailer for wagon? If you're talking about a trailer for scrap, I know where I can borrow one, but I don't find enough for that. In the past 5 years, I've only filled up one 55-gallon barrel.
Jody said you never stop decorating for Halloween.
No,
No, that's
no way.
her thing. In fact, yesterday she asked Beard Light what he was going to be for Halloween this year.
Yeah, I told him we got to figure out. Last year we did 3 different outfits for him.
Oh, wow.
Well, what did he say? Michael Myers?
Yeah,
He wants to be Michael
But I
Myers this year.
I get to paint his face, and then he said he's gonna wear the mask over that. And I said, "You're gonna be a lot cooler in the face paint,
Yeah, the face paint would be better.
and the mask is way too big for him. It's kind of comical, and if somebody laughs, he's gonna get mad
Yeah.
because he wants to be scary."
Well, last year, this town next to us up here, Aurora, they have a contest,
Mm-hmm.
costume contest. And for his age group, I guess, because Risha painted his face up, he got first place.
It was
Oh, wow. There you go.
He was Pennywise, and she painted his face up and
And I always miss
made
that.
his little outfit, and she was Mrs. Pennywise, and I think she got first place for adults.
Cool. But you know who wasn't in attendance there?
Mom.
Exactly. The clown. The clown.
Mary said, I vote Risha puts clowns up everywhere in the house. That'd be one way to keep your son-in-law out.
Hey, yeah, that's an idea.
Clown head on the door. Clown head in the bathroom.
Willie, it's coming for him because he threw a firework at me last night. So
Oh,
I told him
yeah.
to come back. So I'm gonna try to get it filmed, but he's got it coming.
I hate to be John then.
Ray, buddy, I think you just got divorced from Risha.
Uh-oh, what?
Beard, please, may I have Risha's Jeep?
Oh,
I'll sort out the shipping.
oh, that's my baby.
Aurora.
She don't go anywhere I don't go, Ray.
Thought you couldn't dig near the state parks.
There are some state parks you can dig in. You got to get a permit,
Oh,
which
okay.
we have.
Yeah, it's real easy to get one. Just get online.
Yeah, I didn't know. It's free here for us anyway.
You basically get it instantly.
And I thought, well, I'll try it at work, see what I got to fill out. And I just answered a couple of questions and boom, I had the permit.
Huh. Wonder if the Rolling Hills area would have anything.
Aurora State Park, but I don't know. We're probably talking about two different places. Oh, he said he had a permission in Aurora, and the state parks close to there are gorgeous. Yeah, there's a state park in Stockton. I don't even know. There's state parks all over the place.
Yeah, the one by Aurora. Yeah.
Now, Brian, if you get a permit for the state parks in Kansas, is that all state parks in Kansas? Because there's only a few state parks in Missouri you can get a permit for. The rest of them you can't dig. You can't detect.
They give you a list.
Yeah, we have a list of the ones we can. T said, Ray, you old fox. Yeah, T, he wanted to look at my truck and then
He's a cutie pie.
he tried to steal my truck and Risha. I mean, leave me my truck.
Right.
Oh, Ray said it's free to detect in his backyard.
Yeah.
Ray, we do plan on coming over there sometime. I don't know if we'll make it next year or not, but maybe the year after.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see. And then you may get a knock on your door.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, and open the door, and there we are. I don't know exactly which house is yours out of 1 million people, but I figure if we knock on enough doors, we'll find you.
Right.
Just remember, heard this from when Deej went over to the UK to dig. We stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Sure we do.
If I go talking like a hillbilly, I'll have a crowd around me. Lisa says in Arizona, the permits are free there where they are needed.
Can you imagine John over there? Oh, my
Yeah, the
God.
wildlife sanctuaries are off limits since that's federal.
Can you see John in the UK? They'd be like, "What in the world? What's he
I'm
saying?"
not taking John to the UK.
Have beaches. Ah, right.
That'd be
Some of the
fun.
lakes look like they have pretty
Yeah.
good spots, but
Oh, Ray was going to send you a picture at some point in time of that anvil he found.
Oh,
that'd be an interesting idea, and probably need to figure that out for future metal detecting videos if there ever is any.
Sean wants to get on the live with you. Can you send him the link? Or send me the link and I'll send it to him.
Yeah.
Take John to the UK. Mary. No, that's an idea.
Mary'd want us to leave him there.
Hi, Ron.
Send it to him or me?
I haven't sent it to nobody yet.
Come on, dude.
Another Wednesday night.
There, I got to get back on here so I can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, there's Mr. Mad Mag 1 himself. Hey, Bucky.
Bucky.
Ray said both of you are welcome. Start getting your passports.
Interesting
Bucky?
idea.
I have looked at the trips over there, Ray, for the round trip and hotel and all that. But when we decide to do it, we will get with you on what part of town, what area of the town would be best to stay at. Because you said there's over 1 million people in that town, so I'm assuming it's a pretty big town.
If I remember correctly, he said avoid London.
He lives in Birmingham.
Mhm.
I think that's how you say it. I can't say it like Ray says. Yeah, Birmingham. I can't say it.
Birmingham.
Birmingham. Wendy, do you have a wrench? Yes. I try to give everybody a wrench so people can check
get
out each
Smurf.
channels.
So,
Did I miss somebody? If I miss you, holler at me. I try not to miss anybody. I try to say hello to everyone.
second city in London. That's what it was.
Birmingham. That's how I say it.
Mhm.
Of course, if I'm over there long enough, I'll say it like Ray does.
Probably. You pick up the accent.
Yeah, we would love to come over there. We want to, but like I said, I looked up round trip airfare and the hotel package, and we'll have to save a couple pennies for that. But that's one trip we do want to make. We will have to get our passports and all that.
Just make sure the delays are not the problem. Hopefully it's better next year or whenever you're going to take the trip.
Yeah.
Since how many airplanes were delayed just yesterday? People trying to get home.
All right, BJ says still here, just reading the mail. Oh, I was going to show a couple things, but I done forgot.
Whoops.
Well, I won a prize pack from the Rusty Magnets, and
Yes, you did.
I got a sticker pack, which I
Always
got
fun.
picked the envelope that I wanted, and I got a coin from Sonic was in there. Trash for Cash bracelet, and also
6 to 8 weeks.
what are you talking about? 6 to 8 weeks, Willie?
County seat was explaining travel overseas.
passport, 6 to 8 weeks. All right, I got my St. Jude Trash for Cash bracelet. Huh? Why do you keep calling me a punk?
Looks like I need to get some more stickers.
Most of these stickers you all have seen, so I won't bore you with that, but I do have my coin,
There's the penny.
Sonic coin. I'm not singing the song, Willie.
No, neither am I.
And I have a Black Dog poker chip that I won. With all of these stickers and cards, I even won an Iron Antler sticker. But
How'd that get in there?
I have a Tin Man, a Brockton, Arky
You mean
Treasure
this
Hunt,
one?
Kratos. I have a Pops in there. And then from West Shore Hobbies, they have a competition every month. You put your best find for the month, and they put all these names in. Then they have a drawing, and I won this 1969 half dollar
$50.
from West Shore Hobbies. So make sure you check them out. Anytime I got a question, I can message him and he gets right back to me. Yeah. I sung that once, Ray. I noticed Lee was doing that on his video too. I did watch you on that video when I seen your sewing machine. I didn't see the anvil, I don't guess, or maybe I did and don't remember. And then the little piece with the two guys standing by the forge or the anvil, and that was really cool.
So did someone want to come up earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, getting pretty low on stickers.
We don't have the penny here anymore. They thought we were going to do away with the penny years ago. They've talked about getting rid of the penny, but
Also heard that the Treasury was thinking about transforming all of the precious metal money into steel. So, who knows? I mean, it makes sense. It'd be more cost productive on the Treasury's part to stamp blank sheets of steel instead of making coins out of a mixture of silver.
yeah,
But then all the money would rust. So
it would
who
rust.
knows?
But I guess you could find it with a magnet then. But
Exactly.
yeah,
So,
Pops, we got to get you some more stickers. And I don't know that Bone Dad has any more stickers. She's got to order some more because after the event, I think she's out
ran
of it.
dry.
Yeah. I don't think I got any in this. Because she didn't have a lot when we went to the event. I told her to order more and she didn't do it. I got some Rusty Magnet stickers, Diving with Scuba Steve, the Bad Idea Lab,
Bad idea, lab.
Generation 3 knives, Johnny's Corner, Tin Man Magnet Fishing,
Who's that?
Iron Antler Adventures, Mad Mag 1,
Looks familiar.
Joker's Magnet,
The Joker.
Maybe Adventures, Chris Maybe, Burkle's Cerakote,
The Burkle Squad.
Wallace Family Adventures. No, I don't have a Bone Dead in there. I have a Johnny's Corner card, and I have the Chop Shop and Whatnot. Gregory Refke, and he was in here earlier.
Chop shop, huh?
Yeah, I think he makes stuff out of wood.
Woodworker.
Cabinetry, wooden wares. Waupun, Wisconsin. I don't. Hey, Adam, I don't know if you remember quite some time back. There was a big wooden horse. I don't even remember who it went to, but a lot of people donated to pay for shipping. He donated this horse through Clay and Jen.
Maybe I heard something about it, but nah, doesn't ring a bell. Wooden horse. No.
Raymond said you'd make a mint. Money's found so far $70 out of the canals and rivers.
Yeah,
Have you
that's
heard
where.
them?
He said you can
Oh, okay.
finish yours.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Road rash. Ugh. Looked painful.
Yeah, Bucky, you're supposed to ride the motorcycle, not the motorcycle ride you.
That's true.
Wendy said he's a master of wood. I know that rocking horse was really cool, and I can't remember who that was sent to.
Huh. A rocking horse.
Yeah, it was some lady Jen knew with a young girl. But he donated the rocking horse, and a bunch of us pitched in for shipping to send it to that girl for Christmas, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, it went to Tammy's little girl out east.
Okay.
My memory's not very good, T. I got a name tag for work, and that's how I know who I am.
I forget who I am.
Hey, Punk.
No, it doesn't say punk. It's,
It should.
what do you mean it should?
Punk in parentheses.
Punk antler.
Yeah, I just showed your card.
The bearded punk.
I just showed your card, Gregory. So if you need any woodwork or looking for some woodwork, check him out.
Huh.
Does some great work. Pops is needing more, another Iron Antler sticker or two, and he wants to know about the Bone Dead, but I told him I didn't know if you had any more.
Raymond. Punk beard.
James Punk Beard.
Yes. Exactly.
The name is James. James Punk Beard.
Why you
That'll
gotta
work.
pick on me? Why do I deserve it? Actually, just to tell the truth of the whole story, we went
The horse.
texting,
Okay.
and we got really hot. And she said, "Do you want to go home or somewhere else?" I said, "Well, we can go over there on that hill and them trees." Okay, first let's go hit the tot lot. So we go to the tot lot, found nothing, and she decided we needed to drink water, but she wanted to go around some ball fields because there had been some people there.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, well, let's go check these trees over here. So we did. But I'm a punk because
You found the goodies.
You
I
found
found
the
the goodies. It was your idea to go there, punk. Yeah, Mary, you're on your fourth sticker board?
Wow.
So I will try to get you some stickers, Pops, and hopefully she can reorder some stickers for her. I don't know, you gonna stick with the same design or change it?
I might change it. I'm trying to find somebody that can make me a pin.
Down to the what was it?
Hi, Holly. Well, at the next event, we'll get to meet Holly.
Always good to meet new people.
Yes. But like I said, I haven't heard back from Brad. He did tell me they were. I always say that wrong. Lloydies. Lloydies just
Lloydie.
fish in UK.
Hello.
Hello. He did say they were going to look at an area when Clay and Jen was down, but whether they looked at it or whether it was good or bad, I don't know.
Ouch.
He hasn't said anything back. I know Clay told us a while back that he thought he found a good spot for the next event.
Mhm. Heard all sorts of stuff.
And I'm in the group, but I haven't heard any traffic on that group for a while.
Defunct now.
Yeah, I don't know if all the spots are filled yet or not.
Check it out.
Hey, back road.
Wait, are we talking about magnet fishing or metal detecting?
Magnet fishing, as far as I know.
Oh.
One wrestling ring.
Thought you were referring to Brian's event.
No. Clay
Hmm.
and Brad. Brad said he thought there was a place that might work out there in Indiana for an event. And he said that they were going to check it out over the weekend. So I
Back
don't
roads.
know
Hello.
if it worked out, didn't work out, if they even got to go look at the spot. I don't know. But I guess somewhere in Wisconsin, Clay said he found a spot he thinks would be good for an event. So
That's good. Well, you never know. Could always descend upon the local towns we were in again.
1:17 a.m. Yeah, you do need a pillow.
Yeah, that's a little late. Especially during the weekday.
It is for me. Ray's up too.
Yeah, I'm surprised on that one.
Ray's retired, I think, so he can sleep in. He's too busy trying to get Risha to come over there to his yard sale.
It's a long flight for a yard sale. One moment, please.
What did I miss? Hey, Sean, how you doing, brother?
How's it going tonight, everybody?
Oh, it's good. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, I know it's been a while. I've been busy.
Yeah, I've been busier than I want to be. So you been finding any good treasures lately?
Oh, several. Found a really nice old cap gun today, actually.
That'd be cool. I found a piece of one time. I wish I'd have been all there.
Oh, this one actually, I don't have it. It's still in my truck right now, but it was complete. Even it's a what did it say on it? It's a single shot cap gun. Says Esquire, Amsterdam, New York on the underside of the barrel of it.
Wow, that's cool. Ray said he gets up around 8:30, 9 o'clock. But it's still like 1 something in the morning over there, I think. Yeah, because I think their time is 6 hours ahead of ours. So it'd be like 1:20 over there.
Yeah. Let's see here. Get to my.
Trying
You'll
to
be able
catch
to look at the chat here too. Get it all
comments.
set up.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that event next year.
It's going to be awesome. I'm telling you. For anyone that didn't already know, the weekend that it is actually scheduled for is the same weekend. If you come to the event and stay one extra day through Monday, you get to be there right in the middle, the direct center of the path of totality for the total solar eclipse as well.
Wow.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
Right through,
we're figuring we'll have to get us a hotel. I told her because it's like 4 hours or something for us, which isn't that far, 4 to 5 hours. But I would want to go down there because you're supposed to meet up on Friday, so I'd want to drive down Friday morning and
yeah.
probably leave on Monday, so I get a good night's sleep and can drive home. It's not that super long drive, and then I have the rest of the day to rest up. I'm getting old, man. I got to have rest.
Oh, I know the feeling. Everything needs recuperation anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got a lot of prizes. I don't know if anyone else has already seen on Facebook on the event page, but Mitch has already been buying a bunch of prizes. We got stuff like he's got a $100 face value in silver already. A Civil War breastplate, Eagle breastplate, Civil War, a couple of like cartridge box plates, and then a bayonet, and as well as several other things. Bugle, it's been Civil War era bugle that's been donated as prizes.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I saw that bugle. It looked like a canteen also.
Ray says you're still young.
Not really, Ray.
And so far, my prizes that I'm donating, if you can see here, this stack, that is all 40% silver halves. There's 19 of those there so far.
Wow.
Wow.
I've got that. I've got this one is a 2001 West Point Mint Walking Liberty silver dollar. I
like that.
Pretty.
With the certificate in there. This one is actually a lower mintage year. I've looked it up. That's about a $80 to $90 coin now. To buy one now. I've got silver rings. This is one I got here a while back. I try to watch the auctions and things around. You never know what you're going to find.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've got a kind of an oddball. It was a Eisenhower dollar, a 73 Eisenhower dollar, but it's the mint set that is actually a San Francisco mint set 40% silver 73 dollar in the original sleeve.
That's cool.
Hard find.
I've got a necklace here that is it's been holed, but it is a 1922 piece dollar, as well as multiple different foreign coins and things like that we're probably going to use if they for just some oddball things and stuff to put out there for people and for little prizes, different things like that, or stuff people can find. We've also got some silver utensils, sterling. This is like a little child's fork or hors d'oeuvre fork, marked sterling on it, and it's got a symbol on the back of it right here. That is a maker's mark, but I have not looked it up yet.
Very funny, Dennis. Very funny.
Oh,
And then these are both one is Portland and one is Los Angeles, sterling silver spoons, like travel spoons, souvenirs. But
Yeah.
one of the Oregon one, Portland, Oregon one is 1914,
oh my God, he's wound up.
and then the Los Angeles is actually 1906.
It's whatever.
Wow, that's
Probably
awesome.
the same thing I sent you.
Definitely.
Lots of things like
I'm
that.
not exactly sure how that all is going to take place
At that one
because
place we were walking.
if I remember right, there's supposed to be like
Yeah, I was
1,200
really
acres.
praying, man.
There's going to be a total of 1,200 acres that we have available for us to use. It is still in the works as to how much of it, and depending on how big of an attendance we have, as to how much of it we are going to utilize to start with. Because with that much area, even with a couple hundred people, we could
You can
conceivably
get lost.
get 2 to 3 years worth of hunts out of that amount of area.
Right.
If we want do a yearly hunt like they do down at Kadoha down there at by Crater Diamonds and stuff.
So is this going to be partially planted, partially natural?
Yes, it's a seeded over natural hunt. There's been little spots here and there that have been detected over the years. But nothing as far as getting large groups out there or anything like that. 1 or 2 people that have been out. Oh, let's go look around this place. Just kind of like you would prospecting, honestly. And they have found 3-ringers and 3-ringer bullets and things like that there. There's been a couple of barber silvers found at different points along the old roads. It's the majority, I would say, less than probably 3 to 5% of this land has ever been detected. It's very, very limited as far as anywhere it's ever been detected. Mainly just like you'd say, like scouting a place, basically.
Where's this at?
It's just outside of Greenville, Missouri.
Really?
North of Poplar Bluff.
Mm-hmm.
So Poplar Bluff would probably be the place to get a hotel room, wouldn't it?
Yes, that'd be the closest place. Now, if you have a camper or anything like that, there is a large campground right there just on the outskirts of Greenville at where the old town of Greenville used to be, on the shores right there of the of Black River and the upper part of Wapapello Lake. That Black River runs into Wapapello Lake. But there's a really, really nice campground there, and they actually have an old Greenville Days there every year. You go look into that, and then every late April, I think it is, they also have a Mountain Man Rendezvous there every year.
Really?
T says if you have a lion mark, that's English hallmark.
This one almost looks like a
John A. Small Pepper. Hello.
Hey, Johnny.
Oh, baby.
It is not a lion. It almost looks like an owl, or almost like with wings coming out the side of it.
Oh.
I think it'll be fun. The only kind of hunt we've been to really was we went to Tri Valleys last year.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a seeded natural hunt, but Risha and I are really new to things like that. We're just used to going somewhere and detecting, and I think
that's kind of how I am, honestly. I'm actually going to Kadoha in October. That'll actually be my first ever even any kind of organized hunt that I've ever been to.
Really?
And I'm trying to help. I've been helping out with this one up here, getting it going based off of all of y'all's and other people's YouTube videos from other organized hunts, getting ideas and watching other people's and thinking how we could improve. To better serve the community as far as the metal detecting community. What do people look for? What do people like?
Silver,
like
gold,
silver.
probably.
I like silver and gold.
Well, yeah. Who doesn't? And I believe we are gonna have some gold there too, as some of the main prizes. We've got Nokta sponsoring us. Some of our prizes we have of our own that we have bought is we've bought a prize pack from Mind Lab. We're gonna give away like a Vanquish 540 and a couple of care packages like that as well. We've got Nokta is sponsoring us, and they're giving away at least one legend and tons of other stuff as well. Jason the Quarter Hoarder is going to be there. Nokta is sending him to our hunt. So,
Really?
Oh,
That's awesome. As bad as it may sound, I've never watched a single video of his.
was it?
I've seen a few.
Oh, I can't wait.
I
Yeah.
enjoy his videos. They're a little. I don't know. They can be a little long winded for me sometimes. But I like the commentary and the banter back and forth too.
Yeah, I need to check it out. Hey, Rusted Pioneering. Yeah, I need to check them out because I've never watched it. I've heard people talk about the Quarter Hoarder, and I've never seen it. Of course, there's so many YouTube channels out there.
There
and
are.
there's YouTube channels with millions of subscribers that I've never seen or heard of. You know, it's just, I guess,
gotta
the
come
nature of
across
the
them.
beast.
And it's hard too because there's tons of YouTube channels out there that have I don't I'm not going to name any names on them, but that have
Oh,
clearly
oh.
fake planted finds that are painted gold, looks like with spray paint. If you know which one I may be talking about, that they're always finding these things on shorts and stuff, and you can tell it's the same little mint or chiclets box or whatever you want to call it, or
Yeah.
little box that stuff's always buried in.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah,
fake.
she found
And
one.
they
I don't
have
remember who.
and they have millions of subscribers.
Yeah. She found one. I don't remember who they're called, but they will find the same box and the same jewelry all the time. And it shows them digging and moving all these rocks. And then when they find it, it's way over here,
Yeah.
But they do all this just to build up the suspense and waste time. Then they'll dig over here to the right, and there's the box. One time there was even a live snake come out of this box that was buried for hundreds of years. No, that
Right.
snake's living there for hundreds of years. It just ain't going to happen.
Dumb.
They must have found the Fountain of Youth at the same time then.
Yeah.
Or they put the Fountain of Youth in the box.
That's possible. But no, I've got lots of different prizes like that I'm donating to, and I also decided on myself too. I've been watching for other ones, and any silver that I dig this year, other than if it's something like a Barber or older, I'm going to keep it for my collection and display. But anything else that I dig, Mercs, anything like that, Washington quarters, Mercs, Roosevelt dimes, anything like that, I'm donating every piece of silver I dig this year to the hunt as well.
See, I have trouble getting rid of my silver. I just can't part with it. I know Brockton, he would do giveaways and give away silver, and I'm like, man, I can't do it.
Silver hoarder.
Yes.
Well, the way I look at it is there are lots of silver out there as far as newer silver. Your non-key date Mercs and Rosies and things like that. I'd rather pass those on and let somebody else enjoy digging them as well. The stuff that's important to me is the older stuff that you sit there and think that you really sit there and think about who this long ago would have lost something at the time would have been that valuable to them, because silver, any kind of silver currency, in the early 1900s and into the 1800s was few and far between.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
3 ounces of silver. Lucky.
Are you going to bring enough for next summer?
Yeah, but we don't find that much silver. Risha and I and my dad, we just don't find that much. So I kind of hang on to it, especially the silver that he's found, because, he's 85 years old out there detecting and finding
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
So any of the cool stuff he finds, I hang on to. More of a keepsake type thing.
there's a memory involved with finding the object.
And
Yeah.
I'm that way. I'm that way with my relics. I hoard onto my relics for some reason.
But there's just something about silver. I just can't part with it.
I don't know.
Even if it's a rosy dime, I can't do it.
Like I said, I like to keep my oldest silver, my seededs that I've found and stuff like that. But
It would be nice to find his silver and gold bars, but
oh yeah.
A seated is on my bucket list.
I've got 3 now total.
That's awesome.
I got two dimes and a half dime.
ever find a trime yet?
No, I'd love to. I've got one that's the size. Actually, I have a trime to be able to see kind of that I bought from one. There's a flea market here in my town that does weekly like online auctions on Facebook and stuff.
Really?
That there's like one guy almost every week brings in several coins. That's where a lot of my 40% silver halves and stuff have came from. That I've got because I watch those, and not a lot of people bid on those because they're not a 90% silver coin, like the Morgans and the piece dollars and all that stuff. But they're still a decent sized chunk of silver when you consider the 40% of that size of a $50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and $50 is pretty big.
Now, what year did they stop doing the 40% on silver $50?
69 was the last year of the silver halves
69, huh?
of any kind of
That's
silver
what this
halves.
one here is, and that's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, this one's a 69 that I won.
Yeah.
So I wasn't positive. I don't know coins that well.
Looks like it's in nice shape.
Half down.
Yeah, it's,
I've got one coin too. I got that I got from my mom that is sentimental to me that I won't ever get rid of. It's not in 1800s. I think it's 1905 maybe. I think it is, but it's what they call the fish scale, the Canadian half dime.
Canadian half.
It's a silver 5-cent piece.
Oh wow.
They made it up into the. I don't know if they made it as far up, maybe up into the teens, 19 teens. Somewhere right in there.
Mary said 69 was a good year. Now, a large cent. Are those Canadian coins, or was there a large?
There was a Canadian large cent, yeah, all the way actually up through the just after World War I think it was. I've dug two of them in my town here, local to me.
But the U.S. didn't make any largies.
Not in the late 1800s. The largies quit in 1856.
So you have to go back farther.
Well,
Yeah,
I hear
1856. They
I didn't know.
1856. They introduced the Flying Eagle cent. Very, very few of them minted that year. It was kind of a split year. And then 1857, 58, and 59, and 1857, 58 were Flying Eagles, and then the 1859 started the Indian head cent.
Yeah, that would be something incredible to find too.
And there's lots of variations. You have 1859 was the only year Indian cent that didn't have a shield at the top of it on the back. And then the 1859 through mid-year 64 were what they called the fatty Indians. They were thicker and they were a different metal composition.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about the fatty too. And like I said, I don't know coins. My oldest coin is 1880. And it's an Indian head, and it's got a square nail hole through it.
Oh, that's
I'm
cool.
assuming somebody sewed it to their shirt or something so they wouldn't lose it.
Defacing of money seems like
That's very possible. I've got what was that last one? That was 1855 seated dime that I found with the hole through it, right through the middle of it too, where it looks like it'd been punched a hole in it to sew it in somewhere.
47 after the war.
Yeah, I read that somewhere that a lot of times there would be a hole in that coin because they would sew it inside their jacket or inside their shirt or in their pockets so they wouldn't lose it. Because people say,
And they would even actually they would take a piece of fine wire and they would actually keep coins on a wire to keep them all together so they wouldn't fall through a hole in their pocket or something like that as well, instead of just sewing them in a pocket. Basically,
Interesting
like
idea.
putting them on a string, and they would tie the end of the string or something like that up to hold them together.
but people think, well, it's just a penny. But in 1880, a penny was a lot of money.
Oh yeah, I mean, there was a loaf of bread was a nickel. I mean, if that.
Yeah.
And that was baked. That was fresh bread. That wasn't light bread. Wasn't in yet.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wasn't.
Hey, George. Didn't see you come in, buddy.
Oh, but I did have that other one here somewhere too. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I counted up. I have a total right now of 18. Sorry, 18 of the 40% silver halves. I forgot this was in the stack. This is one of them that's going in there too. That actually is. That's an. I don't know if you can see it very well. Yeah, you can kind of see her, but there. That is a. That's an 1834 large cent, U.S. large cent.
1834.
Wow.
Real deal magnet fishing. Hello.
But that will be one of the prizes. One of the prizes I'm donating as well.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So, any idea on why coins were large cent? I've always tried to figure that one out. Just how they're.
Hi, Shannon.
Well,
guys
part
haven't
of it
checked
was
out-
to try and keep from losing and being small, being larger in your pocket.
Uh-huh.
And also a lot of it had to do with the how should I say it? Lack of inflation. The monetary value of the actual metal composition in the coin. It wasn't at that time, it was actually based on how much the metal in the coin was worth. Not just our perception of the coin, of what it was worth, or what we accepted that it was worth. That was actually the coin was by each coin, even a large cent, was by weight, and it had a certain metal composition by weight to give it its value.
Okay, that makes sense.
You guys haven't checked out Real Deal. They got a bucket lister on their last video. Go check it out.
Oh, sweet! I'll have to look theirs up.
Yeah. It's George and Shannon. They find a lot of pretty cool stuff. Some
Which
of it she refurbishes too.
I don't know if you've ever seen any of the seeded silver coins. People talk about them with arrows and without arrows in like the 1850s era. They have arrows by the date on some of them, the early to mid 1850s, because the price of silver actually changed. So they changed how much silver was and the size and how much silver was in the coin. And they actually minted them with arrows to show whether there was more silver in the coin or less silver in the coin, depending on which direction the arrows were facing.
Sound plan.
Didn't know that.
Hmm.
Hey, 717. Yeah, I didn't have no idea. I wish I knew more about coins. I just don't. But
Way over my head.
My problem is I have too many hobbies and random off the wall facts like stick in my head and do not leave ever. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got several hobbies, but coins is just something I love. Coins, especially silver, and I do want to find a gold coin someday.
Yeah,
One day.
I was just watching. I don't know if you guys saw it the other day. Great Outdoors Detecting. He's out there. He used to be detecting in Georgia and then up through into Kansas, and he moved to college out there, and they've been detecting the Oregon Trail. And they actually, one of the guys on there found a $5 gold piece.
Wow.
At a camp along the Oregon Trail. and they don't know what was there because they found several items right in a little spot, like where one of the tents was. Or
Strange. Never know what's lost on those trails.
I've never found a seated anything. And that was another question because coins somewhat. Reese was asking me about the quarters. I'm pretty sure there was a seated quarter, and then was there something besides the seated quarter before it went to the Washington?
Yeah, you had the seated quarter was up through 1891 or 2, and then it went to the barber quarter, same as barber dime. And after then starting in 1918, I think it was 1918, started the standing liberty quarter. And there's different variations in all those as well. And then it went from the standing liberty quarter up through 1930, I think it was, is the year they started the Washington.
Okay, I found a barber quarter. That was my first quarter, or first silver bigger than a dime.
Yeah.
When it was a 1899 or 1898 barber quarter.
That's nice. I've never found a barber quarter detecting. I've never found anything older than a Washington silver quarter detecting. But
It'll be out there one day.
This one I found was at a park,
That
and the
is
first
looking
time we
great.
went there, I found a 1893
I think.
barber dime. And some guy stopped and said, "You won't find nothing here. This has been detected to death for years and years." And we
Never
detected
hunted out.
That's after I'd found that silver dime, and we detected there quite a while. We found some clad and some other stuff, and then we decided to go back there one day, and that's when I got after the Manicore. And I don't think I'd have found that without that detector, because I was getting all this chatter, but I was still getting in there a number, and then it was showing the perfect circle on the screen. And I thought, I've got to dig it just because it keeps showing me that there's something there. And when I dug it, it was a barber quarter.
even though it was chattery, it was still a repeatable signal. Yeah.
When I dug the plug, there was probably 5 or 6 nails in there beside that quarter.
Weird.
I don't know that I would have found it with another machine if I didn't have that screen to look at and all that. I don't know that I would ever dug that signal because there was so much trash in there, and the numbers, the VDI was going everywhere, but it would still hit up there in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
on
I
occasion.
think
And
several
I'd
times
turn on it.
the signal will start out sounding just like absolute crap.
Oh, okay. That's how it is.
And it was just one of them things. She had found something, and I was going that way to video it and hit that signal. Hi, Maddie. Punk. Keeps calling me a punk.
Punk.
So I thought, I've got to
Hi,
dig
Maddie.
it just because
Revolver.
the screen is showing me that there's something there besides trash. Because there was stuff all over the screen, but I had that perfect circle all the way over to the right on that screen. And I thought, I've got to try it. We didn't have the machines that long, and when I pulled that quarter out, I couldn't believe it.
Crazy.
I actually had another good find here week or so ago that I'm getting ready. I'm going to add it to my little shadow box up here. Got a what did it say? Solid with an E on the end of it, and then and then Paris on it as well. It is a Civil War era suspender buckle with the sharp shaped tines on it.
That's cool.
Any
And you
Civil
never know
War-
where you're going to find stuff. I found this by one of the churches here in my town, like 2 inches deep.
Yeah, that's just it. You just never know.
Crazy.
When I was talking about what my dad found, it was actually in a city park. It's a newer park, and he had went over there 3 or 4 days ago and got lucky. In fact, he went back after he found that today, the same area, and got lucky again.
Yep, if I was him, I'd be hammering that spot to death. Turn your sensitivity as high as you can get it without it chattering too much, and turn your recovery speed down and go slow.
Yeah, I know the area he found this stuff, and we're not going to go there till he says there's nothing left. Then we'll go.
Yeah.
Because I know we went over areas yesterday that we've been over 3 or 4 times with other detectors, and we're still finding stuff, still pulling it out there. In fact, there's one little concrete slab that we both have been over 4 or 5 times around the edges with our other detectors, and I went through there yesterday and got a signal, and about 4 inches down was a nickel, that we'd missed all those times. And I know a lot of it is you can go over a place 10 times and change your angle and find stuff just in a different angle or just in the way the soil is. There's so many variables on all that stuff.
Oh God, I know there is. I've went over the spot over here by our Catholic church countless times, and I just keep coming back, and every time you go over, I just start anymore. I just go up there, I just start wandering, and instead of trying to grid it out and stuff, because there's just so much area, and stuff's been around so much. I went back areas that I've been over time and time again. And a while back, I went over. I know I had been over that area at least 15 times. Came back and then dug a 57 silver quarter, like I said, like 4 inches under the ground, and it's just whether or not you get your coil over it. I mean,
you're welcome, Shannon and George. That's awesome that you guys found your first pew pew. That was a sweet find. But we got to get used to those Manticores. We've had them, I don't know, 2 or 3 months now. And I got to where with the Knox, I'd used it about a year, and she told me I had to quit using it because I was too good with it. But it's one of them things, if you use it enough, the more you use it, the better you get with it, regardless of what detector it is or what magnet it is. The more you use it, the more you understand it, and the better you get with it.
I'm getting to the point with my Legend now. I can almost not every time by far, but there's a lot of times that I can actually go through, and I hardly ever look. When I think about it, I'm hardly ever look at my screen anymore. I go by the sound, and I've got mine set on 60 tone, and I've gotten where without instinctively I can judge whether it's a nickel tone or what. And I usually, if it's a signal to stop me, I'll be within 3 or 4 numbers on the scale on the VDI whenever I stop, as to what I was thinking it was by my ear.
Well, I'm nothing like that, but when I started, I was constantly looking at that screen on that Knox. I was constantly looking at the numbers. And Benny from Kratos Magnets, he said, no, you listen for the tones, and then you can look at the numbers. And now I'm looking around and seeing what's going on as I'm swinging, or looking up at the sky. But when I hear that,
and then all of a sudden, boom, something will just stop you in your tracks.
And then when I hear that, then I'll look down at the number to get an idea. Is it a piece of a can? Is it a coin? Because I think I'm in 5 region all tones, which I don't know how many tones are there. But hey, Chris, that's what I run in. But yeah, I can go along and I'll get that one sound that sounds good, and I go back over it and I don't hit it again. But when you're swinging that detector and you hear that tone, immediately, it's like, whoop, whoa. Then you got something going on there. And then I'll look at the VDI and try to see if it's something good or bad. But we're still learning. We've been detecting.
Oh yeah, just like I said, I still have to watch myself, or I think I get a direction that I'm swinging as I'm walking, or I'm thinking I get a good signal, and it's just my left foot. So
Yeah. I've remembered not to wear steel-toed shoes detecting so far, but my work boots are steel-toed. And one day she said, "Why don't you wear your boots?" I said, "They're steel-toed. I don't want that picking up that signal."
Right. And they will. It can throw it. If nothing else, it can throw your VDIs off some.
Yeah, and something else I've noticed with, well, this machine too, but with the Knox, I was in the park, and when I get in a tot lot, I turn the sensitivity way down so it's not picking up the poles and the swings and all
Mhm.
that stuff. And I think I had my sensitivity on 12, and I got a good signal, and I dug down in that wood chips down to the dirt, and it was at least 2 foot down, and that's where I found that World War I button, and on sensitivity 12.
Oh yeah, I mean, people don't realize you don't have to have your sensitivity cranked up. If you're running in a fairly clean area, it'll still pick up. Any of these machines, these newer ones, will
Yeah.
still pick up really deep.
Well, see, that's what taught me, because I thought I had to have that sensitivity as high as it could go no matter where I was at. And once I got in the tot lots, I learned to turn it down so it didn't pick up all the equipment, the playground equipment. And after digging that deep and that low of signal or depth, a sensitivity, I'm like, I don't have to run this thing full bore. So then I cut it way back. A lot of times I'd run on 18 or 20 sensitivity, and the Manicore I think goes up to 40. I can't remember now, but I run it on. Usually I'll run it on about 22, as long as I'm not getting a lot of chatter. And if it's a real clean area where there's not a lot of stuff, I might turn it up to 30, 35.
That's how I am. If I'm on a farm field with not a lot of power lines around, yeah, I'll run it hot and crank it wide open. But if I'm around other people detecting, especially in trashier areas, you got to turn it down.
Yeah. But I've learned, we're still learning. I mean, you're always learning, I guess, no matter how many years you do it, you're always learning.
Always.
But we're learning things on our sensitivity, turn it up, turn it down. And I think I run my recovery speed on 5, maybe 6, back and forth, but I don't swing that fast. When I first went with Shane from Ohio River History, I hadn't detected very long, and man, it looked like he was cutting grass. He'd choom, 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 and I thought, I'm going too slow. But that's just the way he detects.
Yeah. Now I'll usually go over a place if it's somewhere that I've got a long standing permission. I'll go over a place quick and hit the shallow high tones and try to clean some trash out, basically.
Yeah.
And then I'll try and go back through and turn my sensitivity down a little bit and decrease my recovery and my swing speed and really go over and then start looking for the deepest signals.
But I did learn I need to go at my own pace, not try to keep up with the pace of somebody else. I go at a pace I'm comfortable with, so I'm not having to swing my arm as hard, and I just walk slow and easy up through there,
Yeah, I see these on here. People put on YouTube and stuff. Oh, how many? The challenges 20 target challenge. How quick you can dig 20 targets and I'm out there I'm just out there to enjoy myself. I usually do my majority of my hunting is just honestly my lunch hours from my work. It's a small town, and every day on my lunch hour, that's what I do for the whole hour.
Yeah.
And
I could do the 20 hole challenge or whatever. I mean, I got places I can do it, but I'd be digging up pieces of can slaw or pull tabs. As far as good targets, no, I couldn't do that. It would take me hours to get 20 good targets.
And just like you talk about pull tabs, that's what you mean. You made me think of, we were talking about like seeded coins and stuff like that earlier. If you're in an area where you found old silver at all, and you're looking for small silver, you got to look for smaller numbers too. I've got the half dime that I found. It was it was only about 4 or 5 inches deep, but I mean, it was ringing in on my Legend. It was ringing in a solid 35, which is the same number that you get for one of the old school ring pulls.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just a little bit clearer tone and didn't have a little bit of chop to the end of it like an aluminum ring pull does. But it'll fool you.
Yeah, and I've also noticed most of the time if it's nail or if it's can slaw that sounds really good, them numbers jump a lot.
Yeah.
Usually if it's a good coin or something, those numbers don't move very much. Maybe 1, 2 at the most. But I've noticed with can slaw, you might get like a 68, 74, 72 bounce, a big jump with like a quarter. It's going to stay within 1 or 2 numbers as you go over it. It's not going to vary very much.
I will say something. Try something sometime if you get a signal like that you're pretty sure is can slaw or something too. Whenever you when you get the signal and you're trying your 90, turn 90 degrees on it or whatever you want to do there, try doing shorter, quick swings over it, and I'll bet you'll get a double tap on the end of it. I've noticed that a lot more with aluminum too. If you'll swing a little bit faster, swing over it once you find the signal, you'll end up getting a little short double tap right on the end of it.
Okay, I'll try that. But I've had people say, yeah, lift your detector up, and if you can pick it up farther away, it's a can, but I've done that and then dig it anyway, and it's a coin.
Yeah.
So I'll try that. So I think I'm going to get off here, buddy. I appreciate you coming up. I'm looking forward to that event. I hope we can make it. We're planning on going.
Yeah.
And everybody, for the guys that came in late, if you guys haven't seen it yet, check it out on Facebook. The Show Me Pro-Am metal detecting event over here in Greenville, Missouri. Next April. Going to be a really nice time. We got 1,200 acres to use of lots of history there. Civil War, old military road. The Trail of Tears runs right through it. There was an old town on there. Lots of history.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Hey, Nick, I didn't see you come in, buddy. Good night. Yeah, I'm interested in going. We're planning on it if nothing happens. But George and Shannon, as far as detecting, I know a lot of people get discouraged. But you're going to dig a lot of trash, like magnet fishing. You're going to pull in a lot of trash for every treasure you find.
Speaking of magnet fishing, I actually have me a magnet now. I was going to mention it earlier.
Awesome.
I
still want to get down there and see you one of these days.
I won a 600-pound double-sided from West Shore Hobbies here a couple weeks ago.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, that's awesome. Just make sure you Loctite it.
Already did. Red Loctite.
All right. But I'm going to get out of here.
You guys have a good night. Yeah, I got to get off here too. So
thanks for coming up, buddy. I'm looking forward to that event. I know it's quite a ways away, but I'm still excited about it.
We're already hoping for a good turnout. I think he said as of right now, we've sold or he's already sent off at least 50 entries. And we're hoping for at least 200. And I think he said putting a cap at about 400 starting right now as far as the attendance wise.
All right. Well, you start getting close to that number, let me know.
All right. Will do, man.
Take
you
care,
guys have
brother.
a good night.
You too. Good night, everybody. Thank you all for joining us again.
Bye.
We're hoping within the next week or two, we'll have a couple giveaways or more. I'm getting close to a personal goal for myself, and this goal may not mean much to some people, but to me, it's going to be a unbelievable achievement for myself, and that's what I do this for, is not to compete with anybody but myself. We love each and every one of yous. Have a blessed week. We'll see you next time. Take care.